I want to welcome everybody to Cherokee Pines Golf and Fitness Club today. We have a beautiful day out here. My name is Jack Dean. I am the Director of Instruction out here. I'm a Class A member of the PGA. Before I start teaching Cody, I like to ask some simple questions that I've already asked. One being, has he ever played golf before? He's a beginner. He has swung a club before, but he's a beginner. Question number two was, do you have any physical limitations? He does not have any physical limitations. And question number three was, have you played any sports before? And Cody has played baseball. And so with that being said, we're gonna watch Cody hit a few golf balls, and then we're gonna go through a lesson here and teach Cody the fundamentals of golf. All right, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have Cody hit a few shots after we've already done our pre-lesson interview. As you can see here, I have the ball on a tee because Cody's a beginner, and I want it to be fun and easy for him. And all we're gonna try to do right now, Cody, is you have swung a few times. I want you to just try to clip the tee from underneath the ball. And let's watch a few swings here. Okay, good. Things I'm checking for here are his ball position, his grip. This is a face-on view, so I'm kind of looking where he plays the ball, how his grip looks, how he finishes. Give me one more on a tee there. All right, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Some things I see here right off the get-go is I'd like to go into some fundamentals. I'd like to teach you, we're hitting an 8-iron, by the way, so I'd like to teach you the proper grip, your ball position, where to stand, and and your finish. I want to work on your finish a little bit. So what we'll do here, let's tee another one up, and go ahead and give me your grip. Okay? So Cody, you can tell here, he has all 10 fingers on the club here. All 10 fingers. That's called a baseball grip. Obviously he played baseball. What I'd like to do is get his hands a little closer together. Your hands are a little far apart here. You see that? So what I would like to do is and the left hand is too weak. It's turned too far toward the target. So what we can do is, I'm going to teach you this, but you see this crease between your thumb and your forefinger? I want that towards your right shoulder. All right, so your hand's too far this way, that'll cause a slice. So what we're going to do is, see this pad right here? It's a great way to do this. We're going to stick the pad not underneath the grip, but on top of the grip. Like that. There you go. That way when you look down, you should be able to see two knuckles. Okay, so the grip's going to be turned more towards your right foot. There you go. Like that. And then you're going to take this pad. The grip's so important. That's the only body part that touches the club. You're going to take this pad and you're going to cover this thumb here. Cover it. At some point, we might want to try interlock, where you interlock those two fingers so the hands are closer together. All right, now see how much more together? And that's going to feel funny. But make sure at the bottom the club face is square. We don't want it closed or open. You want to point it straight where you're trying to aim here. All right? All right, let's see that grip. Now, another thing too, go ahead and get in your stance. And what I like to see you do is, let's get the feet more toward the ball here, and let's spread out a little wider. There you go. You kind of had your feet kind of like, out this way like a penguin. So that's what we want to do. And then another thing is, let's move this way just a fraction. We got him hitting an 8-iron. I'd like to see him play the ball position more in the middle. Yeah, that's better. All right, now you might mess up because we changed your grip. Most folks don't like changing their grip. But since you're a beginner, let's start off with good fundamentals. You hit 50, 60, 100 balls with this new interlock grip and your hands closer together, you'll get used to it. All right, now just try to clip that tee. All right, that's all right. That's all right. Give me one more. Get your feet in a little bit. That's it. Good. That's good. The next thing, so what we'll do, remember, let's get, and you can experiment with that, Cody. You can try to get your, and if this doesn't feel good, let's review the grip. If this doesn't feel good, let's get this pad right here. Not under, on top, in the fingers and on top. There you go. And you only want a little piece in there. Make sure the club face is square. And then, if you learn one thing today, let's learn how to grip it. Then take this pad and cover that thumb. Now, if you can get all 10, does this feel okay to you?
Yes.
Okay. You might as well just get used to this because your hands are together. That's an interlock grip right there. You got baseball, all 10 fingers, interlock, overlap. I like interlock. Put your hands together on the club. You know, you kind of had a baseball grip. Your hands were apart. Okay, that's good. And then with an 8-iron, we want to play the ball position in the middle of our stance. This is the reason I bring teaching apparatuses out here. What we'll have here is, if I put this in the middle, you want this kind of in the middle of your stance, maybe slightly forward with an 8-iron. Okay? That's good. That's good. And then feet, that looks pretty good actually. That's good. All right? Go ahead and clip that ball off the tee again. That's all right. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, so we got good grip. We got to work on that. It's going to feel funny. It'll become natural. And then ball position with an 8-iron, we want it kind of in the middle of our stance. And then what we're going to do now, I really like to work on the finish. That's just what I want. What you're doing a little bit of is when you take the club back and you come through, you're falling back off your back foot. So your weight's going backwards as the club's going forward. All right. So what, you know, that'd be like throwing a baseball as your arm goes forward off your back foot. You played baseball, right? So off your back foot. We don't want to do that. You want the, so when you come through, what we got to try to do is get the club around the nape of the neck, and let's get you up on this toe. I want to see the bottom of these spikes right here every time. Now look at that, hold that. It's what I call a photo finish. You know, we're going to put you on the cover of Golf Digest. That's good. Look at that. That's where you got to try to finish every time. So another drill too is to pick this right foot up. See if you can get, all your weight's got to be up there. What's happening with you is you're falling back. All right? So go ahead and let's hit another one. Now let's start off. What I like to, you know, we can relate this to baseball since Cody played baseball. When you set up, it's like getting in a batter's box. All right? We want to, what I call set up for success. Doesn't mean that you're going to hit it good every time because you're a beginner. That takes practice. But you're going to set up and you're going to look right. When you come into this batter's box, you're going to give yourself the best possible chance to hit this ball where you're aiming at. Okay, so we got, your posture looks pretty good. I didn't talk about posture. It looks pretty good. I don't want to throw the kitchen sink at you in one lesson, so let's just, I want it to be fun. So we got ball position in the middle. We got your grip better, which is very important because if your hands were too far apart. And then the only thing I want you, it's going to take some time, go here, clip the tee, give me that finish right there every time so I can see this right here. All right, what we've done now is I've changed my position here. I am getting directly behind Cody's target line. I've asked Cody to line up at the 100-yard sign out here, and I have an extension of his target line with this stick here. And I stand here, and there's some particular things I'm looking for. One being, is he lined up properly? Is he lined up at his target? Two, I'm looking for some lift in the swing, and what I mean by that is he raising his head? I'm looking for some good footwork. I still want to see him on his toe, like this. Also looking at swing plane a little bit, and because Cody's a beginner, we probably won't get into swing plane today. I'm going to try to teach him the fundamentals, let him have some fun. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and hit one, Cody, as I'm watching. Aim for the 100-yard sign out there. Okay. All right, that ball tended to go right, and that's what most beginners do. Hit one more, tee it up a little higher if you can. Give me that good grip. Don't forget about the grip. I can't see from over there. Your grip, your good ball position, get those feet square, straight line across the toes. That's kind of what we did from the front angle. Good, hold the finish. Try to get up on that toe. That's good. Good job, Cody. All right, I've given my diagnosis, or my mind, on what's going on with Cody from down the line. There's a couple things I see. His alignment's actually very good. And what I mean by alignment, if I put a line across his toes here and a line toward the 100-yard marker, you want your body lines parallel left of the target line because we side straddle the ball. So you never want to aim your feet and your body lines at the target. When you do that, that makes you point to the right. Cody, which is unusual for beginner, is lined up really well. So you always want the club face, this part of the club, facing the 100-yard marker. This is kind of your scope. The ball is going to go where the club face is. So you want to start off with it aimed at what you're trying to hit, and then at impact you want it still pointed there. Cody's really good, so he's got the club face pointed at the 100, and he's got his club face is pointed at the 100, and the inside part of this track here, his body lines are pointed slightly left of the target. So with that being said, that looks good. The only thing I really see, Cody, you're doing good, your alignment's really good. What I see is a little bit of lift in his swing. And what I mean by that, go and grab it, give me that good grip. Don't forget about your ball position. In the middle, there you go, straight line across the toes. And lining up's like railroad tracks. The outside track is where the club face is aimed. The inside track is the body lines. And you want them parallel to each other, and they run all the way to where you're aiming at. All right, this is good. So the thing I noticed with Cody, he just started doing this, and this is normal for people who just started playing. He's coming back, and he's lifting this foot up. So when he lifts his foot up, he grows in his backswing. What I mean by that is, how tall are you?
About 6'7".
6'7"?
6'5".
I'm 6'4".
I mean 5'7", my bad.
5'7", 5'7". All right, I was about to say, you'd be way up here. You should be play some basketball. 5'7", so he's 5'7". When you bend over a little bit, that's another thing I'm looking for. His posture's good too, so we're not gonna go over this. You wouldn't stand straight up to the ball, and you don't do that. You have a natural tilt where your chest is going toward the ball. You want to feel like your rear end's coming out. You know, your rear end's coming out, and you got a nice bend toward the ball, which he already does that. He does a lot of things out of instinct, which is great. Helps my job. So that's good there. All right. But what I do see, so you're 5'7". Let's say you lose 2 inches, because when you bend over, you're going to lose some height. So now he's about 5'5". And what he's doing is he's going here, lift that foot up, and he's growing back to 5'7". So what I want you to do, and you're moving this way too. So what we got to do is we got to keep, I'm going to step on this left foot here, if you can see this. We got to keep his left foot planted and keep his nose more over the ball. I want him more centered with an iron. That's great right there. Okay? So you stay 5'5". And from here, stay down, clip the tee, give me that good finish. There you go, that photo finish. Okay? I know it sounds like a lot, but let's try to do that, all right? All right, let's go ahead and hit one. Keep the front foot down. Good, hold it, good. You can see on that one that he kept his front foot down and kept his head and nose over the ball, stayed more centered, as opposed to this, lifting the foot, lifting the head, and moving way over here. All right, let's do one more. All right. Let's rehearse that. So the feeling is I'm gonna hold his foot again. He looks so much better. His ball position's good. He's got straight line across his toes. His grip's looking better. That's it. Stay more centered, left shoulder down, more centered. And then from here, hit me that photo, what I call a photo finish. No matter where the ball goes, I don't care where the ball goes. All right, let's do one more. Keep that front foot down. Start off, set up for success. There you go. Hold it, good. You might have lifted a little bit, but that's good. You're up on that toe, and that's what we want to do. You don't want the head, you got to pretend like, you know, a nice image would be if I had a stick up here too, we could do this. Go ahead and let's put a ball right here. All right, go ahead and set up again. And let's hit one. Keep the head here. Keep your toe down, go ahead and hit one. It's gonna feel funny. Keep your head down. That's all right. That's all, I don't even care where the ball went, but that's the feeling you gotta get, Cody. We don't want you going from, you know, once you get in your posture, you lean over a little bit, rear end goes back. We don't want you, now you're 5'5", you lost 2 inches. We don't want you going back to 5'7". You gotta stay in your posture so you can hit down on the ball. All right, good job. Good job. All right. I've looked at Cody from 2 different angles. We've diagnosed the problem, analyzed the problem, and now what I like to do when I do a lesson is I like to conclude and kind of review what we've talked about. Okay, so the main thing when I looked in the front here, we were trying to get Cody to play his 8-iron. We didn't even hit driver in the other clubs today, and we'll entertain ball position more as we go through with Cody here. But I want the ball position more in the middle of the stance, right here. So it's kind of in the middle of his stance. Originally, Cody had it too far up this way, like where a driver should be. So we're right here in the middle of the stance. Okay, does that make sense? And what you can do is buy these alignment sticks. You can buy them here at Cherokee Pines, or you can get them at Home Depot. Just some sticks. It really helps you. So you can put, if your ball position gets off, you can kind of set up a little hitting station here. Okay, just to remind where your ball is, and then I'll throw this one down for your target line. Okay, so this is aimed at your 100. There you go. All right, so there we go. Let's see the ball position. Go ahead and, all right, that looks good. So you point this club, we're trying to aim at the 100 there. See that? All right, maybe bring your feet around a little bit more. There you go. Let's see where that is. Scoot this way just a little bit, Cody. You got to kind of gone too far, but there you go. So that's better right there. So now we got kind of a stick to where his ball position needs to be, and an alignment stick, so he puts the club on the target and not his foot line or his body lines. This is what counts. Okay? Very nice. Another thing we've done, I'm going to move these sticks, and you can set this up. Another thing I've done is you can put a line right here, because I want a straight line across the toes. Originally when we got Cody, his feet were out too wide this way. They were pointed out too wide. So now we got his feet in, and that looks great. So we got good ball position. You got a nice square toe line, straight line across the toes. Toes aren't out, pigeon-toed out too much. And then the only thing, let's bend your knees a little bit. There you go, a little more posture here. There you go, it's easy to change during the lesson. He was more here at first. So his posture was good, and he actually lined up pretty good. All right, now I want to give Cody 2 drills, and it has to do with his footwork. Get that foot in, there you go. So here we are. As you can see, I got Cody hitting it off a tee because he's a beginner, and all I want him to try to do is clip the tee underneath the ball. But another thing I noticed, and I'm going to give him a drill. I like to give drills. I'm going to give him a little drill, actually 2 drills for this. When I notice Cody from the front view, that's another thing, it's grip, which looks so much better. Do you want to go back to interlock? There you go. It doesn't matter, you got to find what's comfortable. As long as the hands are together. We got this pad more on top, and then we got this pad to cover that thumb. All right, and that's what we want. Okay, and whether it's interlock or if you just got to experiment with that until it feels comfortable. But if it's going to be baseball, get the hands closer together. Don't get them apart. All right, so we reviewed his grip. And then the main thing really I want him to do after we get him set up for success, he's in the batter's box now, he's set up for success. I like the way he looks, is he tended to lean back. As his arms went forward, he was falling backwards. I want his weight on the front foot, and this is the simple little drill you can do. Have it wrapped around his neck, and then what I want him to do is pick your right foot up. Pick it up. There you go. Every time. Simple drill. All right, go ahead and set up again, Cody, there. What I like to do is review when we conclude the lesson. We've already done that on several aspects of Cody's swing and his setup. Now that he's set up for success, what we're going to do is I'm going to give him a drill to work on getting his weight on his front foot, because Cody's tendency is to lean back this way. That's no good. So what we want to do is up here, I want the club, what I call a photo finish, club around the nape of the neck. And then what I want Cody to do is be able to pick his right foot up and stay on his left and try to stay in balance. And that's hard. He might need some balancing drills, but that's good. Just do that. The more he practices this, the better he'll get. All right? So that's one drill. The next drill I wanted to do was his tendency when I got down the line, his posture and his alignment were pretty good instinctively. That's impressive, because most people, right-handers, aim way right, and so your alignment was really good. And most people stand straight up. You had your hips back, rear end up, and your chest over the ball. That was excellent. Now what we want to do is, from here, what I noticed, you're 5'7", and so when you bend over, you're going to lose 2 inches, so you're 5'5". All right? Well, what happened was when you were going back, you started lifting this foot, and then you would come up out of your posture, plus you'd move way over here. So what I want him to do is I want him to keep the front foot down and stay more centered. And what we're gonna do, you can grab like a, I don't know, a head cover, but I'm gonna use a tee. This is kind of called squash the bug drill. So I'm giving you 2 drills. One's this, pick your foot up, get your weight through. The next one's for the left foot. So let's just pretend like, you know, I don't know, get your distance to the ball. Go and set up, give me your good distance. Straight line across the toes. That's a good grip. All right, what we're gonna do is lift this foot up, and I'm gonna put a tee right here. I want him to act like that's a cockroach or something, or a bug. Squash the bug. So if you had a bug underneath your foot, keep the foot down as you go back. You don't want to do this and let the foot come up and then the bug crawls away. So that's out like, and I'm going to hold his foot too, but we put a tee under there and he's smashing the tee into the ground. Keep pressure there, Cody. Right there, bend your knees a little bit. There you go, stay down right there. Feel like there's pressure there, all right? That's beautiful. And you stay down and you stay more centered. You don't grow, you don't come up this way, that's no good. You stay here, squash the bug. Boom, give me that photo finish. All right, pick your right foot up. Excellent, excellent. And that's, once we set you up, I want you working on your footwork, okay? And I want you to photo finish, going back, squash the bug. All right, Cody, what I'll do too is, in conclusion of the lesson, is we'll write these things down. We'll head back to the pro shop and I'll write these down on a piece of paper for you. And you can practice these things until our next lesson. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're sitting here on the 19th hole at Cherokee Pines Golf and Fitness Club. Once again, my name is Jack Dean. I'm the Director of Instruction here. And today we gave a golf lesson to Cody. We went over how to hit an 8-iron. We worked on irons, we worked on his fundamentals, which is grip, alignment, posture. And we also did some things in his swing, working on his footwork. And then next week we're going to do a lesson with Cody on how to hit a driver. And so we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Tee Time.